Make some noise for the one and only Mike Glazer. Let's go! That's Joel Hadley. He didn't say it, but I've known that dude since kindergarten. That's been my best friend since kindergarten. Yeah. Like real one since day one, and this is kind of the coolest thing I've ever been a part of, and if I don't have a day one dude to celebrate that with, then I'm no friend myself. So one more time for Joel. Yeah, this is real. I did just do a special called Life Rules, and so this is going to be my second special, and the first thing I wrote down, because it was called Life Rules, because I think life rules, and I have a lot of life rules. I've made some mistakes. And the first thing I wrote down for this new special is, I get so close to being cool, and it blows up in my face, which is just a fact. Every single thing that I've ever tried to do where I'm like, oh my God, my life is amazing, by the end of it, I tank. I'm the best at second place. Like, you'll see by the end of this set tonight, some of these things aren't going to work, and you're going to be like, yeah, no, 100%. He tried. It was a valiant effort, and he will try again, because that's all we can. That's all. Oh, I don't like that laugh. No, that came from here, and it should have not. That felt like your Solheim licked, and it made me uncomfortable. But please continue. I do need it. And okay, so this is cool. The coolest thing I thought I had ever done, shout out to my friend Gabe, he got me the gig. The coolest thing I thought I had ever done is when I did warm-up last year for the NHL Awards. It was a dream come true. Thank you. It was my first arena. That was incredible. And Nashville Predators, they flew me out. They're like, do warm-up comedy in front of 10,000 people in this arena, and I'm backstage, and I can hear the energy, and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Glazer, and the crowd goes nuts, and I'm like, what's up, Nashville? And thousands, tens of thousands of people lose their minds. They're like, yeah, I hadn't felt that kind of energy since like January 6th, man. Like, it was awesome. It was so sick, you know what I mean? How you doing, Nashville? And I'm standing there, and in front of me, while I'm like, what's up, Nashville? And the crowd's going nuts, is Wayne Gretzky is right there, the great one. And over here are the Vegas Golden Knights, and they just won the Stanley Cup. Connor Bedard, who is possibly the next great one, is over there. I was like, there's all these Hall of Famers and luminaries in the crowd at the NHL Awards. I have to lean in. I'm a huge hockey fan. So I was like, let's go, Mike. And I go, just so everyone knows, I was a hockey goalie for my whole life. It's true, I was a hockey goalie my whole life. The crowd loses their mind like, yeah, we love hockey, that's why we're here. Like, so cool. And I was like, heck yeah, this feels good. And then I was like, and I was a goalie for Team USA. And that's also true. I won a gold medal with Team USA as a hockey goalie. It's a fact. It's a fact. Thank you. That's exactly how they were. They were like, yeah, USA, storm the Capitol, let's go. And I was like, heck yeah, big finish. And I put my foot on the thing, because I've always wanted to be a rock star, and I put my finger in the air. I was like, big finish, Mike. And I was like, and let me hear you, because I was a goalie for roller hockey. All right, yeah, that's nicer than they were. They booed. They all booed. 10,000 people booed. They all went, oh, no. No. The great one, the best face. Have you ever seen someone so famous and so full of disgust, they go like that? Like, that great one rolled his great eyes at me, and it was so painful. But I get it, right? Like, it was a cool experience, but again, it blew up in my face because I was the best roller hockey goalie in the country. That's not cool at all, right? Like, that's being the best male gynecologist in the country. Like, you can't do that. You go up to someone, you're like, I'm really good at gynecology, and they're like, ew, why? Do anything else. Like, what are you doing? Like, my girlfriend Tina, she used to have a male gynecologist. That's crazy. I can't imagine. Does anyone here have a male? You do? Okay, yeah, you do. Is it like when they walk in, are they acting basically like Migos? Is that how it goes? Where like they see you in the stirrups and they're just like, ooh, yeah, mom, like let's get in here. Get hands together and shit. lips lick like Red Ross? Like, what are they doing? It's got to be so uncomfortable. They get down between you and they're like, splash, or whatever they do. That's so gross. Yeah, Ma, you looking good, son. Like, is that? Oh, it's so nasty. She told me that one time she got checked up by him and he's down there and he's like, or whatever a male gynecologist would say, like, yeah, Ma, yeah, or whatever. And then to like lift her out of the stirrups, he went like this. Let me see your hand. He went like this and dapped her up and then pulled up and brought her in tight. That's crazy, man. That is not okay. That's not okay. Yeah, Ma, looking good with them eggs, son. Like, it's can't with that. But that's what roller hockey feels like. You can't brag about it. No one wants to know you. And then I'm at the after party, and I'm really proud of the job I did. And I'm hanging out with the Vegas Golden Knights. And the Stanley Cup is right here. They had just won it. And I was never going to make it to the NHL. And so they were like, do you want a picture with the Stanley Cup? I was like, oh my God, more than anything. They're like, give us your phone. We'll take it. And I lift up the Stanley Cup and I'm like, ow, 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 ow. Because, and this is some movie shit, but it's true, in the Team USA gold medal game against Canada, Canada comes down, and they take a shot, and I go into the butterfly. It's a low shot, rebound control, make the save, cover the puck, and someone from Team Canada runs into me and pulls my whole shoulder back, and I pulled every single muscle in my neck, and I tore my right rotator cuff. Yeah, I had to retire from gynecology. That was the end of it. That was the end of that. And so I'm like hurt, and so again, I have a gold medal, but I didn't finish the game. Like, I'm so close, but I'm not there, and I go to the orthopedist, and I get an MRI and a CT scan and super big surgery, and I'm in a sling. I do a ton of physical therapy. I'm worried that I'm never going to be able to lift my arm over my shoulder again. I go back to the physical therapist. I'm like, Doc, like, how am I looking? CT scan, another MRI all the way up. And he's like, actually, Mike, your neck looks a lot better. The muscles are healing. Your shoulder looks a lot better. It's going to get where you need it to be. Keep up with the physical therapy. And silver lining, new parts of your brain are lit up than previously. That's pretty cool. He was like, that means you're growing new neural pathways. It's happening very quickly. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Because that means that your brain is young. It means your brain is healthy, and that's going to help you through the rest of your life. So keep doing whatever you're doing. And I'm like, thank you, Doc. Because my right arm is in a sling, right? So I've been jacking off with my left hand. Non-stop, dude. Unreal. Also, I cured Alzheimer's? Like, dog. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. Joe Rogan's like, you need alpha brain. No, you need to do The Stranger, and you'll live forever. No more dementia. I keep writing to TED Talks, and they will not get back to me. So I'm doing this like 100 people at a time until we all finally, 5.5 million people, and all you got to do is like switch it. I'm just saying, 5.5 million with Alzheimer's, so silver lining. So I'm doing better. Anyway, so I put the Stanley Cup back down. Ow, ow, ow. And I'm really hitting it off with the Vegas Golden Knights. Like, it feels really good. And at one point, one of them, hammered, he puts his arm around me, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, do you want to go to the after party with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go to the after party with the Vegas Golden. Are you out of your mind? Of course." And then he's like, "Do you want to microdose with us?" And I go, "Yeah, I want to microdose with the Vegas Golden." I got nervous, right? I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to go. That'd be so fun." And he's like, "Hell yeah, well here it is." And I look in his hand, and it's like not a microdose. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Maybe to him, he's 6'2", 220, but I'm like Jewish, so it's not gonna be the same. I know that's gonna hurt my tummy. There's no way that's not gonna hurt my tummy, right? There's no way. So I ask him, I'm like, "Yo, dog, how much is that?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, it's like a sparkle." Which is like not an amount. Like, I didn't know we were using the glitter scale for drugs. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never gone to a drug dealer and been like, "Yo, let me get some glimmer shit." Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, one sparkle, two some whatever. But I have to impress these men. And so I take the microdose, and it was absolutely like my beam of light. There was no sparkle involved. I was like a firework. It was not okay. Yeah. Also, I'm bipolar. Not the cool one. I have two. And also, again, right? Like, I wish I had bipolar 1, where I wish I was like Van Gogh or Demi Lovato. Anyone who was touched by the muse, you know what I mean? like they lose their mind every so often, like a rabid dog, where they're just like that. And all I do as a bipolar 2 person is like sometimes I get the zoomies. Like it's so lame. It's so lame. It's so lame. And so I'm like tripping balls at the after party, and I'm struggling to talk to anyone, and I'm just like walking around. I can't land. I don't know where to go with my body, and I'll like stand around for a while, but then I don't know what to say, and I'm like, and I just like move on, and it's so crazy. And at one point in my head, I thought to myself, hey man, did you ever think that cabinets are just shelves with secrets? It's time to go, man. It's time to go. You cannot say that to these adults. Like, that's so crazy. It's true, though. I mean, it is true. It is true. I don't know, maybe I should have, because, like, why are we hiding our bowls? I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird. I went over to Joel's place once, and I was like, can I get a glass for some water? And he's like, if you can find it. So rude. It's so rude. With your riddles. For every bad experience, like when I was not able to become friends with the Vegas Golden Knights, there are times that like start really bad and then end up beautiful. Like I'm an AMC A-lister. I love it. Oh really? Oh, we're in LA. Yeah, shout out AMC A-lister. Support cinema. Support movies. I love the movies. That's why I moved here. I love movies so much. If you don't know what AMC A-list is, it's where you pay $25 a month. And you get 3 free movies every single week. You can just go to the movies, and so all I do is walk to the Grove and see whatever's playing next at the movie theater. It's my favorite thing. And I was walking there one night in October, and I remembered I had mushrooms in my back pocket. And well, I own 2 pairs of jeans, so chances were definitely good. And they both have drugs in them. So what's the difference, you know? Like all my jeans have drugs. Yep. Okay. So I'm walking there, and it's like night, and I'm like, oh, it's a 40-minute walk. Great. I can take these mushrooms. By the time I get there, that sparkle will hit. It'll be like really nice, and then I'll just see whatever's playing. And so I get to the Grove. Feeling them, my eyes are tingly and my bones are nice, and I say to him, I'm like, I'll just see whatever's playing next. And he's like, oh, we have something at 9:50, and I was like, great, whatever it is. And he's like, here you go. And I look at the ticket, and it was for The Exorcist, and I was like, oh no, oh big no, oh no, it was for the new Exorcist movie. Yeah, indeed, oh my god, a bummer for me. It was awful. Not only is the movie awful, but you can't see a movie like that tripping. I was the only one in the theater, and yeah, right? Like every jump scare, I'm still like, ah! Like it's not okay. It's really not okay. I see these 2 young girls being ravaged by the devil. I'm tripping so hard, and I'm like, oh, that is a metaphor for my family trauma. Hands down, right? So these girls are like tied to this chair, and they're writhing, and they're like, ah! And I'm thinking about my own family stuff, and I'm like, ah! And they're saying things, they're like, fuck you, bitch. And I'm like, Mom, why'd you point a gun at me? And we're both like, ah! Like, you know, why did she do that? I don't know. We're working on it. And so like I feel all shook from when I leave there, because I'm like, oh my god, this has been an absolute nightmare. I have a lot of family trauma to work through. Those young girls, they died. Sorry, spoiler alert, but it's not good. You don't need to see it. And so I'm just like so shook. And I left there. I was like, I'm tripping too hard to walk through the dead of night, feeling like this, and then sitting alone at my apartment, staring at the wall. It's not going to go good for me. I need to do anything else. And I hear another movie playing right over there, and I was like, heck yeah, let's go. They can't stop me. I'm an AMC A-lister. Right? What are they going to be like? Hey. And I'm going to be like, yeah, you're welcome. Like, I keep this in business, you know?
Oh, it's on video, motherfucker. Hang on.
And so I go in and I kick the door in my head, and I hear like giggles. I hear laughter and I hear giggles, and I'm like, ooh, we're in a joy palace. And I look, and it turns out that it's Taylor Swift's Eras movie, and yeah, I had no idea. She is touched by God. It is incredible. God bless her so much. She would have saved those young girls with her Bad Blood song. Like, it would have been awesome. It was the purest joy I've ever felt in my life. It was 2 young girls, 4 gay dudes, and me, and we just straight up danced in that like aisle right here for 2.5 hours. Like we're making eye contact. Oh, we're getting sweaty. It's phenomenal. Like I could genuinely trip so hard. I would see my trauma float up like dust through the projector like this. Like at one moment I would thought about my dad when he walked in on me jacking off and then he yelled, "Careful!" And that really fucked me up. That really fucked me up. That fucked me up for a long time, you know? And then I thought about how my brother is gay, but also a Disney adult, and one of those things I have a huge problem with. You can guess which one. I don't understand that. You know? And so I left there just lighter than air, you know. It was beautiful. I'm arms in arm with these two gay dudes. We exchanged phone numbers. It's like, I'll see you when I see you, and we hug, and it's beautiful. And I just walked home feeling just bliss, just beautiful, beautiful bliss. And so I love movies. Like I absolutely saw Barbie and Oppenheimer, like 100%. I saw it twice. I saw Barbenheimer twice. But yo, if any of you ever have a chance and you get to Exor-Swift, that is the best thing you can do. That is the best thing you can do. It's a dream. Yeah, it's a dream.
I'm on mushrooms. I just left The Exorcist. Snuck into Taylor Swift afterwards. I think she would have saved those girls in The Exorcist because she's touched by God. And that's just a fucking fact. She's amazing.
I wrote down, I'm done ruining my life. And that's a fact. I wrote that down. I underlined it 4 times because I'm really trying to not ruin my life anymore. I'm done with it. And I'm trying. Like, I remember before I met Tina, who I'll get to in a second, I was like such a hoe. I was such a hoe. One night stands all the time, filling a void that was never filled. I would try to fill it, and every single time I was like, oh, this is what love is. And then I would feel shame and repeat the cycle. The last one night stand I will ever have was the one. You always get one chance to change your life, and if you don't take it, then you're fucking up. And I was at Bar Lubitsch, and I was on like a little bit of Molly. Well, that's not fair. I was on a lot of Molly. Like a lot. Like enough where I could dance so hard I forgave my dad. Like that was... Has anyone done that? Molly? No? Oh, if you take enough, you'll be like, he did the best he could. Like, it's good. It's good. It's nice. You know what I mean? Maybe not. But I was dancing like, he tried. Like, it's fine. And I saw a woman across the room, almost like, it was like a Jean Grey Cyclops kind of a thing if you're watching X-Men. Like, I just was like, I was so drawn to her. I was like, fucking optic blast. And she came, and we were both there, and she is a CrossFit model. And I love like a strong haunch. I'm super into CrossFit. Like, I love a thick thigh. I love a strong haunch. She had the muscles up here, which I'm good. Like, I love where it looks like you're wearing an airplane pillow all the time. Give it to me, girl. It's fun. It's when you hit it from the back, it's fun to hold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do that or whatever. It's like a bike. It's fun. You can get in there. And so I'm like dancing with her, and I'm on Molly, and she's drunk, and we're sweaty, and like even we're pushing foreheads, and even our like third eyes are just like grinding with each other. Like our third eyes are dry humping. It's a horny night, and she's like, let's go back to my place, and I was like, absolutely, let's go back to your place. And we get in there, and it was such a scene. Like we're making out, our teeth are clicking, but we don't care. It's all good. And I take off her shirt, and then I take off her sports bra because she's always ready. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know. She's in CrossFit, and she like, and I like run my hands down her six pack, and I'm fine with that. I think it's kind of hot. And then I feel like the curves on either side of her, those little like lines, and I'm like, ooh, fine, it's all good. I'm a man and I'm confident. I don't mind this at all. And then I go to take her pants off, and I feel something in the middle, and it turns out, yep, she has an outie belly button. And I'm like, no. That's so gross, right? Like, that's so gross. If you're gonna work on all of this, but you're gonna like not fix that, like fix that at least, right? Get back in, no? I'm like, I'll poke you back in. I don't know what to do. I'll untie you, I'll poke you back in, I'll double knot, like, you know, put your finger on it so you don't zoom around like a balloon. I don't know what to do, but fix it, because she had great mood lighting, but then her silhouette would hit, and I'd see like these nice bosoms and a haunch, and then she'd have a little baby carrot, and I couldn't get over her shadow, and it was a nightmare. It was such a nightmare. I went to like take her pants off, and I had to go like and just like dodge it. And so we're gonna have sex because I'm a people pleaser and I don't know how to leave that situation, but I'm so grossed out. And so she flips me on the bed like a tire that she's lifting. And, oh, that's fun. Okay, I like that. We'll use that for here on out. She flips me on the bed like a tire she's lifting, and I land on it, and she gets on top because she has way more testosterone than me. And like we're grinding, and it's fun, and I'm horny, and the Molly is in, and it's all working, and we're doing it, and it's getting rough, and she's choking me a bit, and I like that. Like I like to not know how much light is left in my eyes. I like that. Acts of service, give it to me. But as she's grinding, and as we're getting sweaty, her outie is like grazing my innie so rapidly that it's just going like that the whole time, and I can't figure out I'm sorry you guys are looking at this, but I can't figure out anything else like this, and I feel like I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to wrap this up, dude. And so I like pull her in tight, and then because we're about the same height, her outie goes in my innie like this, and we're just bucking, going like that, and she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna come, and I was like, please, like I can't with this, and it's just going like that, and because of all the sweat and all of it pooling, when she sat up, she's like, oh my god, that was so good, and she sat up, and it goes like, and that worst night of my life. Done with one night stands. Done with them. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yeah, that's really cool. I appreciate it. I don't know why you're clapping, but I do appreciate it. I don't want to know. We'll just keep it if it's relatable. Yeah, sorry. And at least we know what our kink isn't. But now I have like an awesome girlfriend. Her name's Tina. Hell yeah. Her name's Tina Tazi. She's so cool. This doesn't fit anywhere yet, but I'm just gonna share it with all of you because this is a vulnerable show. Basically, I was on tour, and I was doing morning TV in Portland, and I was talking about how like, oh, you know, normally tour is so crazy, and I'm like, I do a show, and then I'm out partying and smoking and just rolling blunts and drinking with everyone, but now I'm in love, and I was like, I'm in love, and I said it on like live TV, but I hadn't told her that yet, and I was like, oh no. And then when I got back home from tour, we went out to dinner that night, and she was like, I have something to tell you, and I was like, I have something to tell you too, and then she was like, I love you, and I was like, I said it to everyone but you first, so that's kind of cool, huh? That's kind of something. Yeah, but it's true. Like, we're in love, and she created Is It Cake? Shout out Netflix Festival. She created Is It Cake? Oh, good. I'm so glad we're in LA. I go to some cities and they're like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Listen to the title. Like, it's cake. Usually, it's cake. It's usually cake." Season 3, you'll catch up. You don't need to start, you'll catch up. It's usually cake. And actually one time I walked into her bedroom and she was looking at a space like this, thinking, and I was like, oh no, is she cake? Like, you know, she was like that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, what if she's cake? And so I like bit her on the neck, and I was like that, and she's not cake, but she liked that. And now we know that, and that's so fun to learn. Like, it's so fun to learn. She does like to be bit like a buttercream babe. Like, it's so fun. Why not, you know? And sometimes I do wish the ball gag in my mouth was cake. Every once in a while, like, switch it up, right? Like, it does, put a ding dong in there 1 out of 10 times. That would be a lot better than the harness. So, why am I sharing that? Okay, that's fine. Okay, get back on track.
So Mike's here editing the special, which is great. We love. It's so good. There's something that's just really nagging at me that I just really need to set the record straight on. there's no way that Mike has ever been to any city where they don't know what is a cake is. It's a 4-quadrant hit, irrefutably, well beloved in Middle America. So I just want to correct that inaccuracy.
I would have a kid with her, but I don't know if it's selfish to bring a kid into this world. I really am not sure. Like Nancy Pelosi? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Do we all know who she is? Yeah, okay. Do we know that she was born in 1940? We do, right? Do you know what happened after her? 1941, polyester was invented. 43, the slinky was invented. You know, that wildly entertaining piece of metal that goes downstairs as entertainment came after her. The atom bomb. Like, what are we talking about? You know, Big Red Chew? Like, cinnamon gum, unheard of. She's before that. Like, it's, why is she making decisions about our future, right? Like, you've never whipped, you've never nay-nayed. Like, you can't make choices about my child's life. It's not okay at all. And then, it's the only fight Tina and I have been in is because, like, I was like, well, if we did have a kid, like, I'm making an Instagram account, like, that kid's gonna have an agent, like, gonna be famous, like, let's go. And she's like, no, we're gonna, like, hide their face and put a heart over it and not, you know, let pedophiles see our child. And I was like, well, also pedophiles edge, so they're gonna do what they do one way or another. Like, they're gonna, do you want them to see the face, let the market decide and move on? Or do you want, like, a pedophile to linger and, like, see when it's okay and decide what time in their, you know, just let the market decide. Let's get it going. Oh my God. It's weird how much you like that. It is. So I don't know if I want a kid, right? Like, I don't know. The first time Tina and I hooked up, I knew she was the one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, love's cool. Well, listen to the story and then, okay. Because, like, okay, so the first time we hooked up, we're sitting on our couch and we're eating Jones on 3rd, and for Jones on 3rd? Okay, I'll get back to the story in a second. Tangent, not a joke. Is that Tina? Okay, we went to Jones on 3rd again recently, and I said, can I get the breakfast sandwich, but can I get, instead of ham, can I get bacon? And the woman, without looking up, goes, we don't do substitutions. And I go, but you have both, right? And she just stared at me. And in my head, I was like, well, both are pork. It's not really a substitution. It's kind of the same thing. The cooking technique is different, but I'm not going to get into semantics with you. Just, like, take the thing that's next to the thing and put it on the thing. What are we doing? And she was like, we don't do substitutions. And I was like, I think you do. And so then I went on the app and I ordered online, and online, guess what? You can make fucking substitutions. So, fuck you, Jones on 3rd. Come at me. Justice. Small justice. Okay. Anyway, I'm at her place. We're eating Jones on 3rd and watching reality TV, and we start watching Animal Planet. I'm a big, like, pet guy. I love cats. I love animals, and we're watching Animal Planet, and it's a documentary about the Amazon, and it's, like, so cool, and they're talking about, like, all the animals in the Amazon and these big drone shots, and we're just like, the closer we're getting, the better it's feeling, and we start making out, and it's, like, really perfect, and it feels so good, and I go to take off her bra, but yo, her boobs are awesome. They're awesome. But she has, like, 4 hooks in the back, and that's more hooks than I've ever seen in my life. I had no idea. I'm like a 2-hook dude tops. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a roller hockey goalie. I'm not an NHL player. I can't do a 4-hook situation. And so we're making out, and I'm trying to keep it cool and get all of them off. And at one point, I realized, without knowing it, that I had put my ear to her heart, and I was, like, trying as if I'm cracking a safe to get through it by going like this in her back, like I'm trying to listen for the code, and I can't get it, and then her arms are back there, and now there's 4 arms back there trying to get her bra off. It's a nightmare, but at the end of it, she did it, and I was like, cool.
First bite, ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so I went down on her and it was great, and I'm down there but she starts laughing, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about that. What's so funny? Like, you know, I'm down here like doing it, and I got a rhythm, and like my jaw hurts. Like I'm doing the job. What's going on? And I look up at her, and she's like, I'm so sorry. It's not you. It's not you. She goes, look, and I turn, and on the Animal Planet there was a crocodile going across the Nile like this. So all she saw was me going like that, just going like that. And so she like saw me doing death rolls in between her legs, like I'm a crocodile in the Amazon. And it was so funny. And we both look at each other, and I was like, ha 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 ha. And she laughs and goes, ha 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 ha. And then I was like, yo, is it cake? Yeah, red velvet. And then I went like right back down. You know what I'm saying? I was down there just like, ha ha. Like it was awesome. That's my time. Thanks, everybody.
Pan Am gold medal, USA Championship gold medal, almost an Olympian. Here's the quick story. I was a hockey goaltender, but it was roller hockey. Is it as impressive as ice? No. It is different though, because growing up, my roller hockey team was sponsored by 2 different strip clubs, PT's and Diamond Cabaret. So after I would win a championship at 15 years old in Las Vegas, we would fly back to St. Louis, go to Diamond Cabaret, hang out in the champagne room with all the strippers. I'd drink a ginger ale. Oh look, there's Nelly and the St. Lunatics over there. Yay, I was the most valuable goalie. I was the best roller hockey goalie in the country. Also at the same time, you can check out one of my other videos. I was selling opium. I stopped selling opium. I passed the drug test. I trained at the Olympic Training Center. We went to the Pan Am Games in Mar del Plata, Argentina. I won Team USA gold. And as they put the gold medal around my neck and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to go to the Olympics, they announced that next Summer Olympic game, mixed doubles badminton instead of roller hockey.